So, welcome to what is possibly the very last Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stream I ever make, because the game's rewards are pathetically low. They're just not worth it for someone who does not engage in the multiplayer like I do, because I'm too scared of netdecking douchebags and people who only get the slightest tingle of enjoyment they've ever had in their life from merciless winning with the most meta of meta cards ever. And that just doesn't sound like any fun to me. Ever. So we got five gates to work with. We have the Vendreads, Dream Mirror, Ghost Trick, Starry Sky, which were originally introduced as Holy Night, and Mutants. So let's begin with these. The horror began when the city was shrouded in darkness. The Vendread are wraiths that increase in number as they attack the living. While everyone else was gripped by despair, one man was compelled by vengeance to take a stand against the undead, even after becoming one of them. It's essentially an archetype that's based on Spawn and Resident Evil. With the set against the backdrop, essentially, of the elemental hero's Skyscraper. They're quite interesting, even if I've not really messed with them. At least from a design standpoint. They're rituals, mostly. Actually, yes, that's all they are. They're rituals. Dark. Dead vengeance. Within the concrete jungle of high-rise buildings, the people hustled and bustled among the sleepless city lights. However, that was a long time ago. A darkness that shrouded the sky above turned the world into one that would never see morning come again. And with the darkness came monsters that threatened the peace of the city. The Vendreads. The Vendreads started as corpses that crawled out of their graves, except their bodies had transformed into something grotesque. Without a single shred of their memories from their past life, or any will of their own, they would wander the streets at night and attack any living human or animal in their path, guided only by their instinct. No firearm, tank, or any sort of modern weaponry could defeat these creatures. What's worse, anyone and anything that was unfortunate enough to become a victim of a Vendread would become one themselves. The Vendread threat was like a match thrown into a forest, spreading fear like an uncontrollable blaze. As the undead continued to rapidly multiply, those remaining of flesh and blood scrambled fruitlessly for a solution. The Vendread horde soon made their way to the hastily built wall that served as the sole line of defense for the living. Among them was a young man who had also lost his life to the undead. He was no different from the other Vendreads, wandering the same shrouded city with the same mindlessness. But as luck would have it, one day, as the young man continued to drift about mindlessly, he came across a young woman who had been carried off by the Vendreads. His mind had already long faded, or it should have. But as his eye caught the locket that hung from the woman's neck, something stirred within him. Memories of his past life began to flood into his head in a great crashing wave. He knew the woman with the pendant before him. She had once been the love of his life. His mind twisted and turned with a desperate sadness as he realized that his love was no longer of this world. That sadness soon boiled over into a seething rage and hatred for the Vendreads that robbed her of her life. As his mind dragged itself out from the bogs of its undead depths, a flame of hatred ignited in his heart. The violent burst of emotion tore his body apart with unbearable pain as it began to transform and rebuild itself into something much stronger. When the transformation ended, the man steadied his uneven breath and stood up. He took the locket and hung it around his neck so he could keep the memory of his beloved close by. Then he spoke into the silent night. I swear I will vanquish every last one of these walking corpses if it's the last thing I'll do! And thus, the new agent of vengeance was born. He was the Vendread who would hunt the other Vendread, Revendread Slayer. This was the beginning of the Lone Revenger's fierce battle. And you thought revengeance wasn't a word. Even in that day, the living struggled bravely from within the city wall to keep alive. The Vendread horde that pursued the living pushed against the barrier like crashing waves and showed no sign of ever stopping. Their numbers seemed to only be going up, too. They continued to groan and wail deep into the night, day after day. The terror was too much. The citizens were finding it harder and harder to keep sane under these horrific circumstances. But then, a single shadow loomed over the horde. The shadow darted forth and cut down a Vendread with a single swoop, quick as lightning. But he didn't stop there. Any Vendread that dare stand in his way would be stabbed, hit, kicked, and knocked down. They would have their limbs and rotting flesh torn, twisted, and ripped from their bodies. And once the shadow had finished hunting down every last walking corpse that plagued the city wall, he disappeared back into the darkness as quickly as he had appeared, not even sparing a single moment to look back at the crowd he had just saved. But the Revendread Slayer was not interested in being a hero. All he wanted was revenge, and he would not stop at anything to destroy any Vendread that entered his line of sight. But regardless of his intentions, the fact that he had swooped onto the scene like a bolt from the blue and defeated all the Vendreads. To the survivors, he was their single ray of hope. Word of the mysterious undead hunter began to spread quickly through the city. As the nights continued, he too continued his battles. However, the Vendreads weren't going to stand for being hunted down so mercilessly. With the carnage, the undead began to change. Up until now, the humans and animals that turned into Vendreads had stayed about the same physical size as they had been when they had passed. That was one of the main reasons the survivors had been able to keep the horde back with just their average human strength. However, now that the Vendreads were being pursued by a relentless executor in the form of Revendread Slayer, they began to feel threatened. Some of them even began to merge with each other to create a bigger Vendread. Few words could describe how grotesque it looked, and people began to name it after a certain multi-headed beast of legend. They called it the Vendread Chimera. The creature would threaten the safety of the people beyond the wall for many more nights. It possessed the powers and strengths of numerous Vendreads, and even the Slayer was beginning to have trouble fighting it. Every time they battled, the Slayer would only just manage to fight it off. He was never successful in completely silencing it. However, the more they fought, the more weaknesses were uncovered. The Slayer found that within the Chimera, there lay a core that governed all its actions. The Slayer charged at the core and threw all his strength into it, destroying it. And finally, the Chimera crumbled into a pile of rotting flesh and bones. At first, it seemed that the Slayer's do-or-die attack had ended things once and for all with the agglomeration of animosity that was the Chimera, but the tragedy would only further unfold from here. The clash of the undead would only escalate, further and further into something beyond human comprehension. All the survivors could do was pray that one day, the Vendread would be vanquished and dawn would break once more over their city. And now to finally learn the most bare bones about it. Yep, here we are in Hero Skyscraper. Deck based around ritual monsters. If you choose a non-ritual Vendread monster on your field to tribute for ritual, the ritual summon monster can gain additional effects. Ritual summon Vendread Slayer and win the duel. If a Vendread such as Vendread Hound, a Hound Horde, is tributed from the field, gains a special effect. The attack of the opponent's monsters is 0, but be careful of the card set, of course. Deal with them by using the ritual monster that gain the effect listed on Hound Horde. Right? A Vendread ritual monster ritual summoned using this card on the field gains the effect. You can see, once per turn, you can target one spell, trap your opponent controls, banish it. Nice and easy. Vendread Origin. Summon Slayer by using Hound Horde. And Revenants in the hand. Oh, he gets an animation, really? Great effect. Banish. What do you know? Sakuretsu armor. Let's see, what's the effect here? Card battles an opponent's monster. You can banish one zombie monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack. Alright. Yeah, that'll make up the difference. Banishing Revenants. I'm gonna use one of my decks, and let's see, what are they using? Looks like a Vendread zombie combo deck. No, that's not right. There we go. I'll beat them with the power of sports. I'll activate UA Signing Deal. Summon any UA monster from my deck, but I take damage equal to its attack points or a certain percentage based on level. Blockbacker seems like a good idea. Yep, percentage based on level. Now then. I'll swap it for the Barrow Spiker, and then put him back on the field with his effect able to be activated now. And I'll end my turn. Vendread Chimera to begin with. Up. Discard a card, add a Vendread monster from your deck to your hand. Wait. One special summon monster, destroy it, and... Alright, fuck you then. Let's see, what's the other one? When your Vendread destroys an opponent's monster, banish a Vendread from your graveyard, attack a monster again in a row. Right then, well, you've made me mad, so... You're gonna face off against Dreadnought Dunker. Now the effect activates. When it inflicts damage, I get to destroy a card of yours. Just take care of that field card. Yeah, I'll end my turn. You're really doing the same trick again. You're just a one-trick pony. You're pathetic. Alright, Libero Spiker. I'm just gonna leave you out there. Take that out, end my turn. Right, Libero Spiker's effect. I return a level 5 or higher UA monster to my deck, and then special summon another one in its place. Right, you want to keep taking out my special summon monsters? Fine then. We'll go with Goalkeeper. And then he comes back to my hand. Lovely stuff, UA Stadium. Alright, summon Libero Spiker. UA Stadium. Upon a normal summon, I add a UA monster to my hand. I'll go with Player Manager. Then, when I special summon, all my monsters gain 500 attack points, permanently. And you know what? Player Manager can come out as well. And Player Manager's effect. Target a card on the field, destroy it. Go away. Destroyed by the opponent's card by battle or effect. It's sent to the graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Whatever. Mighty Slugger. Doing it again. Discarding Pyramid Turtle. For Revenants again. Really is an idiot. Spiker back to the hand. And now to bash it. Sports beats zombies. After a long and bitter struggle, Dreadslayer would finally destroy the Vendread Chimera threat. No one could predict that this defeat would only bring more dreadful threats. One day, the Slayer felt a menacing presence like never before, overflowing with an unabating grudge. He immediately headed toward it, determined to find the source. He saw that the wall had been broken through, even though it had held up well against the Chimera threat. The wall and the scavenged armored vehicles that were taking the brunt of the attacks were destroyed, and countless people were found slain. The Vendred horde had a different leader now. It was much larger than the Chimera had been, and was clad in heavy armor. Enveloping it was a thick and ominous aura of resentment. It was Vendred Battlelord, and it had been born from the grudges of all the Vendred that the Slayer had defeated. Their collective hunger for vengeance against the Slayer had combined into a frightening force, and wherever the Battlelord went, it would leave a trail of death and destruction behind. It was one lone fighter's wish to eradicate the Vendred against the Horde's desire to crush their executor. Their rage came to a head, and thus another clash to the death began. The Battlelord's might was far more tremendous than the Slayer could ever have imagined. Not only could it absorb the surrounding Vendred, but also those who had lost their lives at the scene. The Battlelord had a steady supply of fodder, and it only grew more powerful as time went on. No matter how strong the Slayer's desire for revenge was, his blade stood no chance against his foe. He pushed and tried everything he could to gain the upper hand, but in the end, he was overwhelmed by the Battlelord's immense strength. But way too much ice in my water. Revenge Dread Slayer lay limp on the ground, wounded and battered, like it was a ragdoll that had been flung aside. Vendred Battlelord picked up the small hunter with its enormous hand. Then, just as it had done to the other Vendreds and the fallen victims, it reached its other hand toward the Slayer's chest to absorb his powers. The Slayer's consciousness was sinking into nothingness fast, but then the faint glint of his locket caught his eye. That tiny gleam was enough to remind him that his mission was not yet over. With his conviction renewed, the flame in his heart lit up once more. No wound on his body could stop him now. The Slayer mustered all the strength he had left, and, right before the Battlelord could absorb his powers, he plunged his hand into the Vendred's chest and ripped out its core. Holding the core, the Slayer began to feel a new surge of energy. His body was absorbing the hateful power that the Battlelord had possessed. The tides were turning. With the Battlelord's powers flowing into the Slayer now, its body started to crumble. However, just as the Slayer began to think the fight was finally over, the core, struggling for survival, brushed against the Slayer's pendant with a stray hand. The Battlelord's remains, along with the Vendreds that surrounded him, began to transform. They all began to take on the form of the woman that the Slayer cherished in his previous life. With that single touch of the locket, the core had sensed the remaining dregs of the Slayer's love, and sought to destroy his morale with it. The Slayer froze. Was this a dream? No, this was no dream. He shook his head, trying to remind himself that the love of his life was already gone. This was a nightmare that was trying to ensnare him. He balled his fists in anger. How dare these scum disgrace the memory of his beloved! As his burning rage surged and finally exploded, he found himself transforming into a new form with stronger powers. He had become the Revendred Executor. Alright, now what's he using this time? Let's see. Core, anima, let's see. Looks like it's mostly pure Revendred, with the exception of, let's see. So I've got a lot of dark empowerment. Oh god, that would be scary if you got that out. Yeah, it's almost pure Revendred. Let's see, Chimera and Battlelord. Sports could probably do it, but why not use some real heroes? The heroes are back, baby! Yep, Stratos is ready. So let's begin with Blazeman. Summoning him, add polymerization to my hand. Next, I'll use it. By fusing Blazeman and Shadow Mist. To make the great hero Sunrise. Sunrise and Shadow Mist will have their effects activate. I add a hero to my hand. Let's see. Honest Neos, that should be a safe bet. And Sunrise adds Miracle Fusion. I'll activate that next. I think Nova Master would be a good idea. By banishing Shadow Mist and Blazeman. He is fused. Sunrise also has the secondary effects of all my monsters gain 200 attack for each attribute, and then when another hero attacks, I can target one card on their field and destroy it. Nova Master, you attack. Sunrise activates to take out the field card. When Nova Master destroys a monster, I draw a card. Really all you got, eh? I'll set Woodsman face down. Nova Master. And then Sunrise. Revenge Red Origin, I believe, is that card. Right, and it'll come back to the field, but gets banished when I destroy it again. Should have summoned it in defense mode the first time. Alright, my hand is at 7 cards, which means at the end of the turn I would have to discard something. So the best I can do is just set this and wait for the next turn. Anima. Banish this card from your graveyard. That doesn't matter. Let's see. Vendread monster ritual summoned gains the effect. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with it. Okay. So it can't do anything on its own. Oh. But he's calling out Core. Card of your graveyard, banish one other zombie. Special summon, but banish it. A Vendread ritual summoned gets your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Thankfully, there's no Vendread that will work with just 2 stars. Ah. Wee Witch's Apprentice, I see. Sure, go ahead. Moron. Anima banishes itself to summon another. I draw. In standby phase, I'll use the effect of Woodsman. This will recall a polymerization from my graveyard or add one from the deck. I'll take the graveyard one. I'll summon Stratus and activate its effect to add a hero from my deck to my hand. Solid soldier. I'll activate Polly. I'll summon in this with... what will I use? Alright, I need to use Neos Alias. I guess I'll use Woodsman. Summon Elemental Hero. The Shining. Gains 300 attack for each of my banished E-Heroes, and when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, I can add 2 of those banished E-Heroes to my hand. Alright, Stratos. You will attack Revenants, which will trigger Sunrise to destroy Wee Witch. Wee Witch adds a dark card back to the deck, but since it chose itself, it goes back to the extra deck. Nova Master. For fun. Heroes keep the city safe. Vendred Battlelord for a mark. No dark, not enough darkness? Well, whatever. Ow. Felt that in my head. Fueled only by his scorching hatred, Revendred Executor swooped through the horde and cut down the false figures of his beloved, one after another. He had been fighting his foe for days that could no longer be counted, all alone. And after absorbing Vendred Battlelord, his grudge only grew bigger with his Vendred powers. It was barely being kept in balance with his human heart. His mind and body had long been pushed past their limits. It was already a miracle that he was able to exist with both life and death in one vessel. It didn't matter anymore if what remained of his humanity faded, or if his body fell apart. Nothing could stop him now. All he had on his mind was to fight, and fight, and fight. He threw everything he had into this single desire. Then, at long last, the Vendred horde moved no more. The battle had finally come to a close. The rays of the sun broke through the dark veil of the sky, illuminating the Slayer. Just how long had this war raged on for? The city survivors squinted, unaccustomed to the bright light. But oh, what a joyous sight it was! No one ever thought they would see the end of those eternal nights, but here the sun was in all its glory. The Slayer could feel his body fading with the light. He bent over to pick up the locket that had been taken from around his neck. All the Vendreds had been defeated, and the darkness that engulfed the city was gone. But at the end of the day, he too was a Vendred, and now it was his time to go. Now that the undead threat had passed with the endless nights, the survivors were able to return to their peaceful lives. However, the grief of losing so many lives left an unmendable hole in their hearts. A lot of the survivors also developed a fear of the night, and would be plagued by nightmares of the horrors they had faced. Unbeknownst to them, a single shadow watched over them from atop the glowing skyscrapers. Just like he had saved the city, the survivors had saved him. Although the Slayer had set out for revenge, he had still saved countless lives, and they all celebrated him as their hero. They were able to hold on to hope because of this lone fighter, and as the Slayer was slipping into the darkness on that fateful night, the survivors' kind hearts had pulled him back. Thus, he was able to remain in the mortal world without disappearing like the other Vendreds. If the world ever fell to darkness again, if monsters threatened the lives of the people again, he would surely swing his blade for them once more, but this time without the resentment he once harbored in his heart. If that time ever came, he would fight not for vengeance, but for peace, and to give the people courage and hope when they needed it. Almost seems perfect that I beat that with the heroes. Yeah, no, you're not, it's not worth it. Alright, open up. What you got for me? What's so hard, eh? Vampire Vendreads, it looks like. Please. Pure vampires would be a far harder challenge. But I wonder, what would they send me to battle against this? Let's see. This is very, very weird. Shooter Rising Dragon? The Chaotic what is it? What was it again? I can't... Chaos Ruler, I think? Shiranui Sun Saga and Baron de Fleur. And Avendred Savior. Just... Yeah, this is a mess. Anyway, now for something a little stranger. The Dream Mirror can freely change between the worlds of light and darkness on the field, master both and bring out monsters from each world to dominate the battle. Yeah, this is short. Dream Domination. Our story takes place in the far reaches of a town somewhere. In a back alley hidden from the main street where the hustle and bustle could barely be heard, a stranger wandered about in a trance-like state. Then a voice spoke from nowhere, calling out to them, beckoning. "Say, this is a rather strange dream you've landed up in, isn't it?" And when the stranger turned, there stood a fortune teller behind them. The fortune teller curled a finger, calling for the stranger to come closer. "Those who visit this town are all lost in a dream. I have seen many souls with the same look in their eyes as you. Now let me ask you, what is it you see in your dreams?" The stranger felt as though there was nothing they could hide. Taken by the fortune teller's mysterious presence, recounts of their dreams began to spill forth from the stranger's lips. Once the stranger had finished, the fortune teller broke their silence. "They say there are two kinds of dreams, good omens that bring the dreamer happiness and good fortune, and bad omens that attract nothing but disaster and misfortune. Some also say that all the dreams we see are all dominated and being controlled by a lone figure somewhere. Perhaps the dreams you have seen have also, been given to you by this individual." The fortune teller said, not a hint of dishonesty in their voice. The stranger swallowed, hanging on to every word. The fortune teller continued as tension hung like a thick fog. "The one who dominates dreams changes its form depending on what dream it is giving to the dreamer. In good dreams it will look like an angel, but in bad dreams it will look like a demon. The disciples of the dream ruler will appear in the real world and leave a mysterious mirror by the dreamer's bedside, drawing them into the dream world. One could say that the mirror is a mystical gateway to the land of dreams. The sun and moon motifs etched in the mirror can change the world of the dream depending on which one has risen and which one has set. If the sun is above, the dreamer is blessed with a good omen, but if the moon is the one on top, the dreamer is thrust into a nightmare. Which was it for you, I wonder?" I have a deck of these, but I've never actually messed with them, I think, majorly. Their big gimmick is basically just swapping between their field spells, which also lets them swap between their field cards, I think. Some Dream Mirror cards can use different effects depending on which of the two Dream Mirror field spells are active. They're both light and dark dream mirror monsters. By working with the two attributes, you can bring forth some formidable fusion monsters. I thought there was only one fusion. Dream Mirror of Joy. Fusion summon Oneros, the Dream Mirror Earl King, and win the duel. Normal summon Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Mara. While there's a Dream Mirror monster in your field, you special summon Neroy, the Dream Mirror Disciple, from your hand and make its attribute dark. See, activate the effect and make its attribute dark, yes. Some Dream Mirror cards can use different effects depending on which of the two are active. Activate Dream Mirror of Joy. See, Dream Mirror Chaos, which is used for fusion summoning, can let you use monsters from both field and hand as fusion materials while Joy is active on the field. Use Neroy on your field and Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight, in your hand as fusion materials. Oh, right, there was another version. Alright, Oneros it is. See, Oneros allows you to destroy an opponent's card when you tribute another monster on your own field. In order to make use of that field, activate Ikelos. During the main or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Joy is in a field zone, you can tribute this card, special summon an Ikelos the Dream Mirror sprite from your deck. Use the effect of Oneros to destroy your opponent's monster, and use the effect of Ikelos to add Dream Mirror Phantasms. During the main or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Terror is in the field... if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can add a Dream Mirror card from your deck to your hand, except for Ikelos. And then activate Phantasms once it's done. Card is activated, add a Dream Mirror monster from your deck to your hand. If Dream Mirror of Joy is in the field zone, all monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Okay. Well done. Alright, so what are they using? Pure Dream Mirror. With the strongest card being Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Evil Knight. Well, Black Knight, I mean. Okay. Dadgummit. Let's see. I'll use my Abyss deck. It isn't as optimized as I would like it to be, since there are still some cards missing. Some more recent updated support, but, you know. Just what I was hoping for. Alright. Abyss Origins. And I'll use Snake Rain. I'll discard Zoha. And then the cards I want to go to the graveyard are Curse, Alert, Yugioh Abyss, and Null. Next I'll use Water Lily, which will send another to the graveyard, which will be this, which lets me special summon a monster free. So, come out, Yugioh Abyss! Use Zoha's effect. Discard Aaron. Special summon that in defense. Now, Curse. In defense. And use effect. Special summon you. In defense. Then you activate. And add... I suppose I gotta use their official names. Ogdo Addict Calling. Next. Summon Aliyert by banishing. In attack. Then Aliyert's effect activates, which lets me return 2 from banished back to the graveyard. And I'm just about ready to start it all over again. Actually, I will. You know what? I'll get Aaron out there. Alright, Aaron, attack. Yugioh Abyss, direct. I really do love these snakes, but their original names of Abhiss were so much better. This card's activated, add a Dream Mirror from the deck to the hand, right? Going for Morpheus, I see. Ah, but if your opponent adds a card to their hand, and I could send a random card from their hand to the graveyard. Ha 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 ha! They just lost what they added. Don't mess with my snakes. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody yet. Let's see. Maybe. No, I'll just summon Flogos. Actually, I didn't need to summon Flogos. The Abyss has swallowed your dreams. He's light and dark. Well, shut up. The fortune teller mused. The dream world of the sun was one filled with light and resplendence. It was a beautiful land of free and spirited souls, of holy beasts, gallant knights, and frolicking maidens. But on the other hand, the dream world of the moon was one drowned in a deep and inky darkness. It was a dreadful land where souls were trapped by despair, home to demonic beasts and knights of doom, and reapers of death who showed no mercy. The Dream Ruler masterfully controls these worlds, bringing into them countless people. And in turn, the dreams these people have become their power. Through the dreams that the Dream Ruler gives people, it is able to gain control of their hearts. And those who become unable to tell dream from reality are said to never wake again. What will become of me, then? The stranger asked, quivering with fright, hoping the fortune teller would have an answer. There is nothing to fear, my friend. Indeed, the tale of the two dream worlds has been passed down through many generations, and many people in our time still visit them. Among the accounts from numerous dreamers, the most fascinating is that of a certain group of children. They did not become trapped in their dream, however, and upon waking they regaled their adventures with great joy to anyone who would listen. I'm sure that for you, your dreams are a good source of power for you too. Be not afraid and have faith in yourself. That could be your greatest strength against the dream ruler. The stranger sighed, shoulders sagging with relief. Now that they felt safer, they left the fortune teller and the alleyway. Well, what do you think of that, dear reader? Perhaps your dream tonight will be one from the dream ruler too. And that's that. Now, to keep the kind of cutesy theme going, we have the ghost tricks. Ghost tricks employ sneaky tactics, such as hiding face down in defense position, or popping up in unexpected places, such as the hand. It's impossible to hate these mischievous scamps, so let's try to uncover their secrets. It's actually very easy to hate them, because they are a very annoying bunch. Delightful dwellers of darkness. Welcome everyone to the mansion where many ghost trick dwell. This western style house is located at the edge of town on top of a small hill. This place used to be inhabited by humans, but they're now long gone. Since when, no one knows, but there was a certain rumor about it that it was whispered around town. Did you know, they say, there are ghouls, even evil spirits living in that mansion. So if you accidentally wander in, you will be attacked and feel the wrath of the spirits. I don't know what a spirit or a ghost is, but I know one thing for sure. There is certainly something that is not human living in this mansion. Seems like we have human visitors tonight. These loudmouth residents are even more excited than usual. That was fun! Hey, did you see it? The look on that human's face! He looked so surprised, I wonder if they heard the rumors and came to visit. But they went home so fast after coming from so far away. I wish they stayed longer. In the past, humans used to know who we were. Apparently, they mistook us for evil spirits or ghouls. Certain humans call us Ghost Trick. How should I surprise them next time? Good grief, it's really noisy. Your voices are echoing in the air. Huh? Who, me? Oh, sorry for the late introduction. I am Alkar. The owner of this abandoned mansion is me. The racket here is from those that... Translators. Try again. Is from those that have taken up residence here. They all have their own reasons for coming, such as having lost their old homes. According to one resident... What I like about it here is that we get to scare humans. I've been doing all kinds of tricks to surprise people. I like to hang out with my chums and wait until a human comes by. I would love it if more humans would come and play just like the old days. I would like to be sleeping in my coffin, quietly and at peace. I don't like it when things get too loud. Yeah, Ghost Trick are a funky bunch. But unfortunately against, like, Link-heavy decks, they're basically useless since you can't change a Link monster's position. It's all plush and spooky in here, isn't it? Almost like taking a trip to the Addams Family. Air, stop it. There. Many Ghost Trick monsters have effects to turn themselves to face-down defense. If there are field spells such as Ghost Trick Mansion, the opponent will not be able to attack the face-down defense position monsters. Furthermore, if there are only face-down defense position monsters on your field, opponent's monsters' attacks will be direct attacks, but you can prevent this by utilizing effects such as Ghost Trick Lantern from your hand. This is a surprisingly cute theme that I don't think fits this at all. Ghost Trick Mansion. Don't tell me what to do. I want to play with this a little bit. Ooh, spooky, spooky. You play that piano, little ghost bunny. Alright, so. First, set Jiangxi. And then activate Ghost Trick Shot. Special summon a Ghost Trick monster from your hand or graveyard, then you can change a face-down Ghost Trick monster to face-up attack position. Wants me to summon Mummy. Change the battle position of Jiangxi. Let's see. When this card is flipped face up, add from your deck to your hand one Ghost Trick monster whose level is less than or equal to the number of Ghost Trick monsters you control. She is level 2. Let's see. While this card is face up on the field, normal summon a Ghost Trick monster in addition to your normal summon set. Gotcha. It is time to wake, Alucard! Alright, destroy the face down monster. Ghost Trick Mansion. Monsters cannot attack face-down defense position monsters, but can attack directly if all are face-down. All effect damage in battle inflicted by monsters other than Ghost Trick is halved. Attack, witch. And you, Alucard. Oh, that's cute how it breaks apart. Look at that. Confetti and candy and stuff. That's cute. Alright, what are they using? Pure Ghost Trick. But they won't be using anything from the extra deck. And their field cards are Museum and Parade. Let's see the differences. Your opponent takes no damage. Opponent's monster declares a direct attack. Add a Ghost Trick card from the deck to the hand, and then at the end of the damage step, change any monster that inflicted battle damage to a player during this battle to face down defense. I'm gonna have to get careful with this one. Oh, why not? Ooh, bats. Set a card face down and activate one-time passcode to summon a token. And then tribute that token for Tenma the Sky Star. And my turn. Opponent takes no damage when I declare a direct attack. Right. I don't think tokens can be flipped, so I might as well activate my second one-time passcode. Hey, Aron. Thank you. Tenma, attack. Hold it. Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Okay, it's the no target. Alright, I got Kaiki now. Alright, back at it, Tenma. Let's give it another try. Damage is done. Mary is sent away, and now Ghost Trick Stein has been set. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls changes to face-down defense position. I'll stop that. Tenma can negate an effect like that targets specifically for 500 attack points. And then destroy it. This is a good one. Activate Feast of the Wild, level 5. Summon my Yokozuna warrior spirits. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make an XYZ. Use them both. To make Adreus, Keeper of Armageddon. By detaching a material, I'm able to destroy a face-up card. Alright, now I can start taking apart their monsters. Here we go. Use polymerization. We'll use Tenma and Kaiki. To create Idaten, the Conqueror Star. Idaten's effect will activate. Just me add a level 5 warrior from my deck to my hand. I'll go with Hayate the Earth Star. Hayate can be summoned without tribute if I control no monsters or a light monster, which is what Idaten is. And also my token, which I'll change to attack position. Right, I forgot he had that. Oh no, it looks like some paint and bottles have been spilled as well. That's a shame. I'm 300 shy of a killing blow, but... Idaten, end it. Really? Well, then fine then. Hayate will do it. I did the monster mash. More dark, really? Hmm? What? You have a question? Are all of the ghost tricks living in the mansion, you ask? No, they seem to be elsewhere too. I've heard that some of them live in the town's museum. For instance, the Dullahan and the Mami. They disguise themselves as exhibits in the day and then go skulking around at night. Because the museum has some very unusual things on display, some humans come to see them at night. The other day I saw one that was happily telling a tale about how he scared a so-called security guard. He was saying, it's like hide and seek, but more fun, or something like that. That's when a Mami broke an object that belonged to a human. The human won't know, so it's okay, is what they said, but they got scolded by the witch. On days when there are big human festivals, the residents leave the mansion to go into town. I only watch from afar, but the whole town is lively and decorated at night with humans in costume, having fun. Usually when they are startled, they run away in a panic, but on that day, they just laugh it off. The ones trying to scare them looked very confused. Well, it seems I have talked for too long tonight. I think it's time for me to go to sleep. If you haven't talked enough, then go talk to someone awake. Now then, have a good and quiet night.
Huh? A human? Is that a human? Wanna play with us? If you don't play with us, we are going to prank you.
I'm sure I don't want to go to the store. Open up. What do they got here? Looks like it's Ghost Trick Fiends. So he goes number 54, Lionheart. Ghost Trick Dullahan. Oh god, embodiments of crime and punishment. That's cheating. Alucard and Angel of Mischief. Yeah, it's low-level fiends is what it looks like. But whatever. The cute is over. Now let's get to something holy. The angelic White-Winged Starry Knights fight by utilizing the power of Starry Knight, Starry Dragon, which descends from the hand. Their story is one of a battle waged in secrecy, passed down through legends told throughout countless ages. It's technically a retrain, an archetype built around a retrain, that is a remake, of an old level 7 monster, Seiyaru. It's an old light dragon that didn't really like do much of anything. It was kind of, it wasn't exactly weak, but it was easily outclassed later on by, well, probably even early on by much stronger monsters, normal monsters. Legend of the Starry Dragon. One starry night, some spend time with their family members, others spend time with their loved ones and pray for another day of peace and wellness. On this night, when the world is full of happiness, a certain ancient legend is told. The legend of the Starry Dragon. A holy dragon appears on a beautiful starry night with a knight in a white robe on its back. The good are given a blessing and guidance, while the wicked are thrown into holy fire that burns away evil. The tale is passed down from parent to child. It transmits the parent's wish that their child lives a pure and righteous life, so that they may one day receive blessings from the holy dragon. This is why it has been told from generation to generation. For the uninformed, it is a mere fairy tale. However, there is a hidden truth to this story. And we're not going to tell you. I did make a deck of these, but I don't think I've ever actually put it to use. I just didn't think Seiyaru was all that powerful. The main feature of this deck is that it can be used to summon level 7 light dragon-type monsters from your hand or return them from the field to the hand to activate a variety of effects. The problem with this is that really, if you want light dragon-type monsters, you're really gonna want to go for a Blue Eyes deck instead. Because there aren't a lot of level 7 light dragons, or at least not a lot that would be usable in this. Like, level 7 dragons, I think that's mostly the realm of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. That's usually, I think, what I think of when I think of level 7 dragons. In fact, that's so much what I thought of. Odd Eyes Sword Dragon is basically... well, Saber Dragon is basically like the second boss monster of my deck, along with Seiyaru, Starry Knight, Starry Dragon. Or Seiyaru the Holy Dragon, I think is what it was called. Alright, we'll start with Rael. And this card is normal summon to add a Starry Knight spell or trap from the deck to the hand. Starry Night Sky. And their effect is Starry Night Ceremony. Yep, there it is, the original Seiyaru. I'm sorry, Seiyaru. Seiyaru? Seiyaru. Let's see, reveal one light fairy monster in your hand. If you do, add a level 7 light dragon from your deck to your hand. Then place that revealed monster on the bottom of the deck. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a level 7 light dragon from your hand. And activate Balefire. Add a Starry Night monster or a level 7 light dragon from your deck to your hand. Then, if you control no monsters... No, that doesn't apply. So, Starry Night Estelle. During your normal phase, you can normal summon one Starry Night monster or one level 7 and light dragon in addition to your normal summon. Alright, summon Estelle. Let's see. Banish this card from your graveyard. No. Let's see. Target one light monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, special summon a level 7 and a light dragon from your hand. Choose itself. And summon Starry Dragon. Said face up. How many times did I have to say that? Discard a normal or special summon from the hand. You can target one card on the field, destroy it. See you, old version. Target one light let's see, nope. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 7 light dragon you control. It gains 1000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You know what? I'll leave it with the Warrior 5. They want stars? I'll give them stars. Alright, to start with, I'll activate Fusion Recycling Plant. Then, Polymerization. Which will let me summon the strongest monster I have. Shura the Combat Star. I'll end my turn, which triggers Fusion Recycling Plant. If I fuse, I can add add one of the materials from my graveyard to my hand. And that will be Tenma. Alright, they're doing the reveal effect. Setting their field card, activating it, and ending their turn. I will activate one-time passcode. Good. Now I can actually do damage. Alright. Shura reduces all of their monsters' attack points to 0, and then during battle, both monsters gain attack points equal to their level times 200. And since Shura is level 12, the maximum natural level of a monster, Shura is sure to win any combat with any monster that is of lower level. Silent Doom. Summons a normal monster, back. Unfortunately, there's not a lot Shura can do if there's a defense, if there's a monster defense on the field. I'll change my token to attack mode. Ah, yes. Feast of the Wild. To summon my 2 Tenmas. Ha! Wait a minute. Their effects are negated off for the rest of the turn. They cannot. Nope, never mind. I can't even use their effects to stop it. Are you done? Please go away. Thank you. But still, that provides an opening. Token, attack. Let's see, what is it? Cannot be destroyed by battle with a dark monster or by a dark monster's effects. Okay. Works for me. I am gonna need something stronger, though. Ah! This'll work. The A-Forces. For every warrior and spellcaster I control, my warriors gain 200 attack points. Ah, Hyozen Ryu. That's another monster that I was thinking of, but is not really a great choice. Anyway. Take that out. Yeah, that probably would have worked out the token, but I completely forgot, really. It's been a while since I did something like that with this deck. Silent Doom again? Really? Uh-oh. This could be bad. Oh, frick. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Wait, no, he's just going straight into it, but let's take a look here. Let's see. Pendulum the summon level 7. You can pendulum. Let's see. If this card's XYZ summoned by using XYZ. No. This card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle. A card effect destroys many cards in your pendulum zones as possible, and if you do, place this card in your pendulum. Okay. I'm safe. It's just a beat stick. Tenma, attack. You know what? Boost it for the hell of it. Bet you're seeing stars now, aren't you? What do you need? Light? Cracking. Let's see, what's this? Yep, there's the other monsters I was thinking of when I was thinking of, like, light dragons. Hieratic. So this would be a Holy Knight Hieratic combo, then. So see, that would be Hieratic Dragon King of a Tomb. Gaia Dragon. Red Eyes, Flare Metal. Ooh, that's dangerous. Darkish Dragon Doom Rider again. Thunder End. Hieratic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. Oh, Hope Harbinger Dragon. Oh, that's awful. Oh, no. Galaxy Eyes Cypher and Cypher Blade. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's a really wretched deck. That would need, like, a whole anti-dragon strategy for it. Anyway, to the end. A truth hidden within the legend. That is the battle between the dragon and the evil beings. Since the beginning of time, there have been demonic beings that spread disorder. Many people were suffering because of these demons' mischief. The angels that watch over the people took pity and prayed to heaven. In answer to that holy prayer, Starry Night, Starry Dragon descended upon the earth. The Starry Dragon unleashed its might to save humankind. The angels took arms as knights obedient to the will of the dragon and served to purge the evil. In shining platinum armor, the white-winged angels soared through the starry sky. These angels were called the Starry Knights. Many of the demons were purged by the dragon and the angels before they were even witnessed by humans. No matter how much time passes, people will remain ignorant of the truth while they pass on the legend. The traces of the holy dragon and the angels silently disappear as they fulfill their duties. To the twinkling stars flowing like the Milky Way, we give our thanks and holy blessings. Fahudores. Couldn't resist. I think I can pop open this door, so just want to take a real quick peek. Opponent's deck. Oh no. Oh god. Dream Mirror and Melodious. Oh no, that's a very dangerous combination. Anyway, on to the last one, the mutants. Researchers have discovered mysterious creatures from outer space called mutant. As the mysteries of their biology are unraveled, they continue to evolve with both speed and diversity. It is quite possible that this creature has already grown past humanity's ability to control it. Mutant mutation. Many mysteries fill the universe, and the unknown and the powers they possess. Sometimes marveled and feared as a miracle or magic, humanity has embarked on an insatiable quest for knowledge, and with science and technology have revealed many secrets. But the mysteries of this world never cease. And one of the new mysteries comes crashing down to this planet. Falling extraterrestrial object observed. Available personnel must head to the predicted fall site and investigate unidentified object. Roger, we're heading over now. The unidentified object that fell in a field. Could this be first contact with another planet? To unravel this enigmatic entity, experts in various fields from around the world convened. Not long after, the investigation team covered the site with a temporary dome and begun the observation of the object. Is this part the eye? It has rigid parts that are hard as steel and soft parts that feel like human organs. Okay, that's very worrisome that they know what human organs feel like. Although there are differences in material, it is likely to be organic matter. Can this be considered a sentient being? As time passed and various investigations have been made, this creature was found to have strange properties not found on this planet. By unraveling the ecology of this organism, they may gain some new insight about it. Humans called the object mutant and established a specialized research initiative, Mutant Evolution Lab. There, they proceeded with their investigations. At Mutant Evolution Lab, various studies are being conducted day and night in order to make precise observations. Their first breakthrough came when they succeeded in culturing the mutant with the advance in analysis of biological structures. Now they I have a very strange taste in my mouth, like someone sprayed perfume in it or something. Hello? God damn it. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. The camera didn't turn off, but apparently the tracking couldn't tell that I was looking at it for a moment. Now they managed multiple mutants cultured from the first specimen. In this way, various mutants were created by humans. While they have individual differences, clarification of their shared properties, characteristics, etc. were... Look, they're moving as if they're responding to each other. Is this the mutants' method of communicating with one another? So far, the dialogue between mutants and humans has not been established, but the way the mutants seemingly react with each other through sensitization was observed many times during their experiments. In order to unravel the biology of this organism, they will take every possible measure and repeat the trial. Currently, the Institute's most notable discovery about the characteristic of the mutants is evolution. In the course of the research, mutants were exposed to various organisms and substances. There were many instances that yielded no response. Some, however, caused a reflexive behavior that caused them to rapidly evolve. In the most recent case, it happened when it came in contact with a crystal impregnated with dense energy. It had absorbed the crystal and its body surface hardened. It even displayed a state of overdrive, amplifying and releasing the captured energy. The Institute's defense system managed to quell it, but if evolution continues, the possibility of the situation getting out of hand cannot be ruled out. Some researchers have complained about the dangers of the research. If another major reflexive reaction occurs again, there's no certainty that we can control this organism. We should stop the research now. If we go on it any longer, our research could destroy humanity. But the want to unravel the hidden mysteries and to know everything about the creature drowned those voices, and the study was continued. However, no one could have suspected the danger of what is about to become a reality shortly after. Got some fire for my trouble. Alright, time to fuse some mutants. Cool. Level 4 or lower mutants, such as Mutant MO5, have the effect of tributing themselves and banishing cards of a determined type, spell, monster spell, or trap, from the hand or elsewhere to special summon a corresponding level 8 mutant. Special summoning mutants in response to the opponent's tactics will bring you closer to victory. Have ML5, ST46, and GB88. 46. It spin, and it get a little angry. It spin, and it not get angry. Alright. Summoning ST46. Normal card is normal special summoned. Add a mutant spell or trap from the deck to the hand. Mutant Fusion. Tribute itself and banish a spell or trap card to special summon a specific monster. Banish GB88 from the hand and special summon Mutant Beast. ST46. Mutant Beast. Mutant monsters with different attributes and on the field and in the hand. Mutant Synthesis. If this card is fusion summoned, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. It escaped! The lab's going into overdrive! Alright, what do we got here? Alright, we got Mutant and Generic Psychic, which consists apparently of Earth, Wind... Nope, just Earth and Wind. No, not heroes. Dadgummit. That's it. Sports will stop this. Alright, I'll start with UA Hyper Stadium. At activation, I can add a UA or FA card from my deck to my hand. I'll go with Blockbacker. Next, I'll use Spring of Rebirth. Every time a card is returned from the field to the hand, I gain 500 life points. So, I'll summon Libero Spiker. Nope, not using you. And swap for Blockbacker. Teleport, 800 points, and summon a level... Especially summon a Psychic type from the hand. Let's see. Card is normal summoned? Okay, it doesn't matter then. Special summoned. Let's see. Your opponent cannot target this card with monster effects. Only use each of the following effects once per turn. When your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can banish one card from your hand and negate the activation. Yeah, UA Blockbacker is going to prevent that from happening. Shit, I fell for a trap. Oh no. Ultimus! When a card or effect is activated, you can banish a mutant from your hand, in graveyard, or face up in the field of the same type. Negate the activation if you do banish that card. If this fusion summon card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, add up to 3 of your banished mutants, 1 each of a magic spell or trap, amp spell, and Ellen monster to your hand. I can get rid of it. Summon Libero Spiker. And I'll see if I can tease out its effect with... Aha! I knew it. Playing Manager. Knew it. So you reveal a field spell and bait. Nope, I can't do that. Come it! I'll set that. Now at least take out Silent Psychic Wizard. Alright, let's see if I can get away with Libero Spiker's effect. Alright, perfect ace. Very good. I want to special summon Goalkeeper. For fuck's sake. Okay, he's gonna stop my Spring of Rebirth. Fine with me. Goalkeeper, make yourself unable to be destroyed once. He's making another mutant. Oh wait, he's getting rid of Ultimus? For Synthesis? Well, there goes turnover tactics. Pay 1,000 life points to select one of your removed from play psychics, add it to your hand. Okay. This is dangerous. Let's see. Your opponent activates a card effect. You can activate this effect. For the rest of the turn, this face-up card is unaffected by the effects of the opponent's card of the same type. Okay. Right. I'm gonna have to swap Goalkeeper out for Libero Spiker. And in my turn. Send Goalkeeper back into the deck. So what was it? Oh, the banished mutants to the hand. What does he have banished that's mutant? MO5, Ultimus, Fusion, Arsenal, Mist, and Beast. No, I can't get rid of that now. That'd be way too dangerous. I need my field to be more full. Not playing manager, no. I'll see if it'll leave Dreadnought Dunker alone. What? Pay 600 life points up, all face up psychics, gain 500 attack. Oh, come on. See, card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. It doesn't matter. So, yes. Libero Spiker again. Yes! Turnover tactics! Perfect, just what I need. Summon. Activate turnover tactics. All monsters get shuffled, and we get to summon as many back that were sent. So, Dreadnought Dunker. All right, I didn't choose enough. Dag, fucking. All right, whatever. I can do this. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. Alright, I can't attack the turn. Whatever. At least the fusion is off the field. It's gone, and it wasn't destroyed. It's fine, and he's still hurting himself. Oh, thank goodness. Regular UA Stadium. Rival Rebounder. Ah, shoot. I shouldn't have brought that one in. Whatever. Destroyed Genetic Woman. Dreadnought Dunker will inflict piercing damage. And destroy Teleport. Right. That should put a stop to his generic psychic effects. Put Rebounder away. Summon Mighty Slugger. And trigger an attack point gain. Yeah, I'll use Locker Room. Blockbacker can return to my hand. Reveal any number of UA or FA, shuffle into the deck, and draw cards equal to the number of no. The little 500 life points is enough. And you know what? Probably more than enough anyway. Boom. That got tense. Needs just about everything, but I don't have Dark. Too bad. One day at Mutant Evolution Lab, alarms rang out in a shrill tone. The first report was that the mutant destroyed the incubator of its own volition, and other individuals were following suit. The mutants that escaped from their incubators began to absorb a variety of things in the Institute, and had begun to evolve rapidly. Some absorbed the animals that were quarantined in different sectors, and evolved into a beast-like form. Some developed a mechanized form with robotic arms and or incubators from absorbing parts of the lab's equipment. The next report stated that the defense systems were compromised and it was deemed impossible to contain them within the laboratory. In addition, all staff members were notified to promptly evacuate and abandon the facility. The fruit of our labor! That's why I said it was dangerous! What a great day to be able to witness with my own eyes the moment of evolution that shouldn't have happened on this planetary system! Hurry up and close the shutters! Don't trail behind! The workers made a desperate attempt to escape from the lab as the mutants continued to evolve and destroy to the point where it can only be described as an outbreak. In the meanwhile, the evolution of the mutants was just entering its next phase. The mutants started to absorb one another, consolidating all that was gained from their evolutionary processes. Soon it began to transform itself into a more gigantic life form. Eventually, the mutant destroyed and grew to a size that exceeded the laboratory they were confined within. Is there no longer any way for the humans to do anything about this newborn gargantuan life form? Although there are many mysteries left unanswered about the mutant, but at the very least we can conclude that encouraging its evolution is extremely dangerous. I hereby leave these records of our research in hopes that it will be beneficial to mankind. Godspeed to the rest of humanity. I call that death by John Carpenter. And that is that.
Now, if you noticed, and we're paying attention, you'll notice that my gems did not go up at all. Gems are what I use to buy cards. I break down cards of higher rarities in order to generate the cards of higher rarities that I specifically want. But I do not get enough gems to do that. Or at the very least, not enough that would be useful. Oh look! I got 40! Wasn't that wonderful? No. No, it wasn't. It was absolutely pitiful and awful and just pathetic. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I thought it would be a great new way to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but no, it really isn't. It's just too slow for someone like me who is too afraid to play multiplayer because I know the general Yu-Gi-Oh fan base. I've spent too much time on online fan simulators to know that nobody, or at least a large majority, do not play fair. They play with incredibly broken archetypes, tier 0 meta formulas, and then just play as general dicks, honestly, with strategies that basically lock you out of ever playing the game. Because that's how players win nowadays. That's the tier 0 strategy. Make it as single player as possible. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the fear and whatnot. I hear rumors that we have a new World Championship game coming out, which I'm sure will be a lot harder to grind the cards I want for, but it will probably have a larger, that it will probably be more general fun to play. I hear the World Championship game, previous World Championship games actually had like story and previous characters to play with. FTK strats manip the RNG and then it's a go first. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's like FTK or like horrendous stall boards that make it impossible for the player to... It's just not fun. Or at least I can't risk running into those people. I don't know if I would get any gems from losing, but quite frankly, the pain isn't worth it, yes. First TK, OTK. Some are fun, like an old-timey Battery Man AA OTK. That can be kind of fun to pull off, but nowadays when the decks are entirely designed to just do that on the first turn, there's no fun in it. There's no fun in it. I'm going to wait until if the upcoming World Championship game gets made, because otherwise, this is just not for me anymore. Be like, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Or it's like, it didn't used to be. And quite frankly, it's not what I want it to ever be. And it's the way I will never play. So, I'm just done with it. So we're going to go see a friend of mine's. There we go. Make sure to check that. Yes, all good. So that's it for Yu-Gi-Oh! For me for a very long time. Except for Legacy of the Duelist. That's still playable. If only because it has a lot more single-player content than Master Duel ever will. So, that is it for tonight. Please follow if you liked. Thanks for watching, peace be with you, and may the forces of evil be confused on the way to your home. Bye.